So shall we go to the Jillaroos?
Thanks, Chair. The Jillaroos this year for the Pacific Championships will be Taranaki from the Sydney Roosters, Kezi Apps, the West Tigers, Ali Brigginshaw, the Brisbane Broncos, Lauren Brown, Gold Coast Titans, Abby Church, Parramatta Eels, Yasmin Clydesdale, the Newcastle Knights, Quincy Dodd, Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, Millie Elliott from the Sydney Roosters, Jessica Elliston, Gold Coast Titans, Olivia Higgins, Newcastle Knights, Keely Joseph, Brisbane Broncos, Isabel Kelly, Sydney Roosters, Shannon Martor, Gold Coast Titans, Mahalia Murphy, Parramatta Eels, Tiana Penatani, Cronulla Sutherland Sharks, Julia Robinson, Brisbane Broncos, Samaima Taufa, Canberra Raiders, Jess Surges, Sydney Roosters, Sulla Togatuki, West Tigers, Tamika Upton, Newcastle Knights, and Jakaya Whitfield from the North Queensland Cowboys.
The captain?
The captains will be Ali Brigginshaw and Kezi Apps.
Any questions from the media?
Yeah. Brad, has Ali had finger surgery? She's going to be fit?
Yeah, she has, but she's going to be fit. There's a couple of little niggles in the crew. Kezi's going up. There's a couple of those players that will be playing in the Prime Minister's next Friday as well. So Kezi is one of those as well, mate.
And Mahalia Murphy, I think she last played about a decade ago. What's impressed you about her? Like why she selected or what she done?
Yeah, a fantastic player. I think she scored 3 tries in a debut for the Jillaroos at Suncorp Stadium in about 2015. She probably gives us a little bit more versatility. She's a back rower at the Parramatta Eels, but's played a lot of centre as well. So she's had a terrific season, and I think she led the Parramatta Eels really well this year. So it's great to see her back in the side.
Another one there, Abby Church. What was that phone call like to tell her she could pull on the Jillaroos jersey?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet, but I know one of my assistants, there was a lot of tears and very happy, and anyone that knows her, she's all effort. She's played in our Prime Minister's team a couple of times over the last couple of years, so it's a great reward for how hard she's worked and great to see as well.
There's a little bit of change in this team as well. Olivia Koenig not there. She's the Dally M medalist from this year. What was that decision around?
Yeah, I think when you've got the captain in your position in Kezi Apps, it's quite difficult, and the versatility that I spoke about Mahalia Murphy there before, Liv's probably not too far off it. She was on the bench for New South Wales this year as well, and she'd sort of be the next one in if something went down. But there is some change. We're the same as Mal. We lost our first game in 9 years last year against the Ferns, and the Kiwis are really strong. They've got great depth right through the NRLW competition, and I think it's when players like that miss out, it just shows how strong the women's game is at the moment.
Have you had a chance to speak to her at all, or?
Yeah, I've spoken to all of the incumbents. There's 5 of them that haven't made the squad, and they're all very disappointed and know what they're going to work on to obviously put their hand up for World Cup selection in 2 years' time and the matches in between now and then. So, yeah, they're never good calls to make, but we always make sure we make them.
What about Quincy Dodd? She's been great this year, and she comes in, another debutant there. What was that like?
Yeah, it's fantastic. She's been working at her craft for a number of years, and what she did, I think she was almost best on field for the Sharks yesterday, her and a couple of the other girls. But it's great recognition. She captains our Indigenous All-Stars team, and she's sort of been in and around that representative footy for a number of years now. So it's great that she gets her opportunity as well.
Tamika Upton's obviously dominated at all levels for a few years now. Was there any temptation to get in touch with Sam Bremner on the back of what she's been doing this year?
Oh, anyone knows Sam Bremner, she is the epitome of what a kangaroo and a Jillaroo is. She's all team first. It certainly didn't. I don't think it crossed the selection table because Sammy had retired, and she basically told us when she came back to play for the Roosters there was no chance she was going to pull a jersey on. So no, there wasn't.
Any more questions? One more.
Brad, has there ever been stronger competition for a Jillaroos jersey?
I feel like I say it every year, mate, that no, but there isn't. And it's credit to the Commission and what we've done with the expansion of the game, and said the Kiwis are in the same place, and we'll see the emergence of some of the Samoan and the Tongan sides during the Pacific Championships in the women's game that's going to have high representation of NRLW talent there. So, no, there hasn't been more competition for spots, and there's a lot of people disappointed today, and I understand that, but that's because the game's in good place.
Obviously, the Pac Champs is really important, but speaking to some of the Jillaroos, even before the announcement, they've all got their eyes on Las Vegas next year. How much will that, or how much will this competition go into selecting that side?
I'd forgotten about that, mate.
Well, they haven't.
Yeah, no, look, it will, and obviously, you know, if you're an incumbent from this, you probably get first crack at going to Las Vegas, but it's something that we haven't wanted to focus on. It's an important step for our game to take the game to America, and the Commission have been wonderful in terms of giving the ladies the opportunity to do that. So whilst we're looking forward to that, we've got a job to do during the Pacific Championships, and anyone that wants to mention that might not find himself on the trip.
Just want to double check as well. Jamie Chapman, she's struggled with that hamstring injury all season. Has she succumbed to that? Is that why she's not?
She's actually playing in the Prime Minister's game next Friday, mate. So we'll see how she comes through the other side of that. And I think that's her form's been a little bit off because of those injuries. But another one that could seriously step up if needed.
Thank you. Now, before we go, we would be remiss if we don't acknowledge